Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Verlyn. I do a variety of videos, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So in today's video, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be doing a take you guys along with me vlog. It is Friday, and normally Fridays is our busiest days. I am a floor manager and I am over admissions. So on Fridays, I normally have a lot going on. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. It's about 1:25 now. I'm going to head out to work. I do work from 2 to 10. So I'm going to get there and see what the day is looking like. So far, from what I can see, we have 2 admissions coming in. Normally that's gonna pile up as the day goes on. So let's head out of here so we can get to work on time. But don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and of course you guys like my video for more content. Let's go because we got work to do. So I made it to work. From what I can see, I have about 2 admissions coming in. One that's a possibility, he's actually returning from the hospital, and then I have 2 discharges based off of the report that I got. So normally when I get in, our marketing or recruiting person, I would say, she prepares a sheet and it has like who's coming in for the day, and then it also has who we're going to be discharging. So as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and review that sheet. I'm going to make sure that she already uploaded the persons that's coming in, their information in the system for me to review, because I normally review their discharge paperwork and I also review their clinical paperwork from the hospital or wherever they're coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and review that, and then I'm going to go ahead and catch up with my management team who's here, just to kind of get a feel of how the day is going. From there, we will have a meeting, and that's kind of the time where we fill in each other on what's going on for the day. So normally management is here from 8 to 5. I'm the only person that's here from 2 to 10. So they'll give me kind of a rundown of what's going on for the day at the meeting. And then if there's anything that I need to address on my shift. So let me review these charts. Let me prepare for meeting, because I also have to give them an update on what took place last night, or if I had any issues last night. And then I will check in with you guys when the meeting is over. Okay, so meeting over. It is now 4 o'clock and I'm checking back in with you guys. So we about 2 hours into my shift. In meeting, we discussed, the admissions, the discharges. We always go over like what's our opening number and then what's our ending number for the day, because we do have a goal that we try to meet, in terms of how many residents we have in the building. Some of the things that was discussed in our meeting was call lights. So we have complaints from, maybe family members or residents that's saying like their call light response. So that is something that I will have to go ahead and address with the CNAs and the nurses on the floor. Again, make sure you guys are responding to the call lights in an appropriate time. Something else that was discussed, everybody have a set of rooms that they are supposed to round. Not me, but other people on the team. So they round and then they kind of give me an update, or give us, I would say, an update on how each person is doing. So our management team have a good amount of people on it, from people over housekeeping, the kitchen, physical therapy, activity, X, Y, and Z. So all the managers for each department will kind of give myself, the ADON, the DON, and our operation manager idea of what's going on the floor. Another thing we discussed today was I had to do some verbal warnings yesterday, and so any write-up or warnings or anything like that that has to take place with our nursing staff will be done by either myself, the ADON, or the DON. Unfortunately, I did have to give out some verbal warnings yesterday, and so I just kind of gave this staff, sorry y'all, they outside walking with the something rolling. But anyways, any of those things I will give an update in our meeting. So we kind of just discuss, hey, I addressed certain issues and I gave the verbal warnings, I gave the write-ups, and I gave corrective action, and we'll move forward from there. Another thing we kind of discussed in our meeting is just because it's Friday, how our week is looking for next week. None of management is here during the weekend, so we use Fridays as a day to kind of talk about what the following week is looking like for us. So now that we are done with that, I am going to go ahead and make rounds on the floor. So our nursing staff is here from 6A to 6P and 6P to 6A. So now I need to go and make rounds with the nurses and the aides that's on the floor. If there's anything I need to let them know that needs to be addressed based off of the report I got in our meeting, I let them know. If there's anybody that I need them to, go ahead and take a look at, because there is some people that needs to be changed. There's some things that need to be addressed. So I can go ahead and let them know right now that needs to be done. And then also, I kind of just put eyes on everybody. I put eyes on the rooms. I kind of walk in rooms, walk out rooms to kind of make sure I see what's going on, because at the end of the day, if anything happened on my shift, I am the manager on duty, and so I need to make sure that I see everybody is alive and well while I am here. So let me do that. Let me gather some notes, and I will check in with you guys probably in like about 2 hours. All right, so it's 6:24. I am checking back in with you guys. I'm actually up and about because I do have admission coming in right now, so I'm trying to make sure that everything is set and ready for that person when they get here. Based off of the report that I get when I get a call from the hospital, I like to make sure the room have what it needs for when that person get here. So whether they need an IV pole, or they need extra mats, or if they need extra supplies in the room, I like to go ahead and make sure that I get that ready for them. I also will go ahead and take my report sheet out to the floor. I'll let the nurses know, hey, this is who's coming, this is what to expect, and then I just prepare for that admission. Once I finish with that, then I come back and there's standard orders that I go ahead and I input. I either input it before I go out on the floor, or I input it after. In this case, I've started them. I'm not done, but I need to, make sure the room is set just in case the person arrives before I'm done with the orders. So I'm doing that. My rounds on the floor was good. I also give my nurses that opportunity and my CNAs that opportunity, or that time, I would say, to let me know if they have any issues as well, because as a manager, it's not a one-sided thing for me. The same way how I take or I get information from the rest of the team to address, I also take information and I get information from my nurses, my aides, my CMAs, and I report that up to management, or my fellow management team, I would say, as well. So I did get some information, I did talk with them. I am not a manager who's like do. I really like to have that good relationship with my team. I don't come at them, I don't be rough with them. I try to talk to them just like how I would expect anybody to talk to me, and I give them the opportunity to tell me, hey, this is what's going on. They said this in the meeting, but this is really what's going on. I find that because I am here during the hours that I am probably the only manager who's like really on the floor. Like, I like to go on the floor, see what they're doing. I'll ask them if they need help. I'll check in with them a lot more than the management team or the managers that's here in the day, because We just do different things. I am the only floor manager. So pretty much it's like our DON, our ADON, and then you have me, and then you have the rest of the nurses and aides. So, you know, like I really try to make sure that communication is open for my nurses, my aides, and my CMAs on the floor, so that they could feel like they could trust me too. You know, I gotta build a relationship. But yes, it's after 6. I need to make sure everything is set, and then I'll also be meeting with the incoming rotation that's coming in now to address anything that we need to address before they get out busy on their shift, and just to kind of touch base with everybody. I also like to make sure I put eyes on everybody that's coming in to make sure that my floors are fully staffed. If I have somebody running late or I have somebody that's not showing up, I like to know that no later than 6:30, so that I can make sure that the scheduler is calling somebody else to come in, whether it's a PRN nurse, a PRN aide, or agency. I just need to make sure that, you know, my floors are going to be staffed. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I will check in with you guys again, probably like in another 2 hours or an hour, depending. We'll see. All right. Okay, so I'm back in my office and I have a little bit of downtime. So I'm gonna share with you guys the things that I ask for when I get an admission. So normally how the admission works, or the process works, so I have my work phone, and when an admission is coming in, I get report. So the hospital or wherever the person is, they're gonna call in report, and I take report. I ask the necessary questions, I gather the necessary information, and then I pass the report on to the nurse. So I'll give you guys an idea of what I ask for. My first thing is always, you know, like, what's the code status of the patient, their admitting diagnosis, so what the admitting diagnosis was at the facility that they're at now. I also like to gather information based off of the history, so any medical conditions or medical past history, I would say, that the person has, I gather that information as well. From there, I will go ahead and gather like their allergies, you know, what allergies they have, are they on any scheduled pain medication, and I always like to know this because when in transport, I realized that a lot of persons, they get pain, right? So they may not have pain at the hospital, but while transporting here, they start hurting, and depending on the type of pain medication they have, I may have to have pharmacy deliver it, depending on if it's a narcotic or if it's something I have on hand. I like to know that ahead of time. Depending on what the medication is or how severe the person's, you know, condition may be, I ask for them to be medicated prior to transport, just so that they have the medication, they're not in pain when they get here. I also like to ask, you know, like, what's their weight bearing status? So can the person walk? Do they need a wheelchair? Is it assistant 1, assistant 2? Are they bedridden? That information is very crucial for my floor staff, so that we know, you know, what to expect. I go ahead and ask if they're on any tube feeding. If they are, I need to know the formula, the rate, the flush, what diet they're on, if they have any IV or TPN lines. If they do, I need to know where it is. If the person is on antibiotics, I also like to know what antibiotics they're on and for how long. So if they're on an antibiotic, is it 5 days, 10 days, 14 days? I need to know that. If they have an infection, I also need to know what type of infection they have, and then if there's any precaution, is there isolation, I need to make sure that I have that set up in the room before they get here. Also oxygen, if they're on CPAP, that is important, how many liters. If they are continent or incontinent of their bowel and or bladder. If they have any Foley cath, I like to go ahead and gather the size of the Foley cath, from before they get here. So that is something that we will include when we're gathering supplies. If they have dialysis check, if they have any AccuCheck, and how many times, you know, they're being checked at the facility. If they're on dialysis, what is their dialysis schedule? When was their last bowel movement? Was it normal? Was it abnormal? That information is very crucial. Does the person have a trach? That is important as well. Always collect their vital signs at the facility. If they haven't had vital signs within the last like 8 to 12 hours, I request vital signs be done again and be reported to me before the person leaves the facility, because you're not going to send somebody here that already have abnormal vitals. So that is important. I also ask them about wounds. Does the patient have any open wounds? If they have any bruising, any skin tears, that is important to know. Does the patient need a wound vac? That is also important. Another important question I like to ask is the patient alert and oriented times 1, times 2, times 3? And then also, you know, their behavior. Are they forgetful, confused, combative, calm, cooperative? That information is very crucial for me so that I know what is coming in. So anytime I have an admission coming in, that's the information I gather from the nurse that's giving a report. And then I also like to ask them if they have any ortho follow-up appointments. A lot of our patients are coming here because they're coming here for rehab. They had a procedure done, they're coming here for recovery. So if they do have a follow-up appointment, I like to go ahead and make sure that information is communicated with the family and let them know like, hey, you have to go ahead and make the arrangements for your family member to head out to that appointment. We can help you, but we are not responsible for making the arrangements or setting up transport. That is something that has to be done by the family. So once I get all my information, then I take this form, what's filled out, I make a copy of it and I take it down to the floor. And then if there's any other information that I can gather from the nurse as well, I'll write it down, you know, just so we know what's going on with the patient. The more information, the better. From there, I request for the discharge paperwork to be sent to me via fax if it's not already uploaded in my system. And then I just go in, I will cross-check the information that's in the system with the report that I got, just to make sure that everything is matching up. And if I have any follow-up questions, then I will call back the person who gave report and clarify that information. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys, you know, like how reporting goes for me, because the nurses on the floor, they don't get the initial report call. The only time they get the report call is on the weekends, because as I'm leaving today, I will leave the phone at the nurses station just in case we have an emergency admission that comes in over the weekend. They can go ahead and take reports. We normally don't like to have admissions come in over the weekend because I am not here, or our ADON is not here. She also does admissions with me as well, but sometimes things happen outside of our control. So I'll give the phone to them tonight so that they can go ahead and have the phone in case of anything. But outside of that, that's really what's going on with my shift today. Because I do have some downtime, I am going to start preparing for my week next week. So it's really just handling what needs to be handled. So let me go ahead and finish up what I'm working on, and then I will check in with you guys. It is now 10:07. I am officially wrapping up my shift for today. It ended pretty well. I did go out there on the floor after speaking to you guys. I was able to meet with the 2 admissions that we had come in on my shift. I normally go in, introduce myself, I will gather some information from them. I also go ahead and just make sure they're comfortable, make sure they have everything they need. If there's any family at the bedside, I give them the opportunity to ask me any questions they may have. And also I use that opportunity for me to give them some important information as well. Once I was done with that, I kind of made a few rounds on the floor, make sure that my aides were good, make sure that my nurses were good. I did have one of our doctors here making rounds, so I kind of just had the opportunity to catch up with him. We had to go over a few things about some of our patients that we have here. It's always good for me to be able to speak to the physician in person, and if I have anything that needs to be addressed in person, I always try to catch the physician when he's here so that I can take him to the bedside and we could do that at that time. We do have about 5 physicians that rotate here, so it all depends on who's here at the time. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I'll definitely do another come to work with me. Maybe at that time I'll have a little bit more going on that I could share, you know, the excitement, or when I really have a busy shift and there's like all these things going on. But for now, it was a pretty chill shift. And I'm glad because I was able to kind of really get in detail with you guys and tell you guys more about what I do in my position, which was exciting for me. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and of course you guys like my video for more content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!